For those of you born under the sign of the dog, the year of the fire horse will clear your path and hand you wisdom in exchange for your worries. It's a pretty good year. This is the time to stabilize, simplify, and strengthen from purpose and not pressure. Those of you born under the sign of the dog, 2026 finally lets you exhale. This is the year that clears your path, restores your energy, and turns all worries into wisdom. Now, the year of the fire horse. This is the time to heal, rebuild, and rise again. How do you do that? Well, in the past, you carried a lot of responsibility, loyalty, expectations, even guilt that wasn't even yours, and most likely for the previous 2 years. Now, the year of the fire horse doesn't come to test that strength. It comes to reward it. So this is the year that you need to stay alert to the opportunities that come your way. The energy of the year of the fire horse, slows the chaos for you, softens the noise, and asks one question: what does stability look like for you now? You need to think about this question, okay? And you're done fighting for balance, guys. It's time to live from it. And the more grounded you become, the world bends in your favor. In all astrology, every single animal sign have their share of good and negative stars. So for those born under the sign of the dog, you have this one star called the Earth Relief. This star is kind of like the problem-solving star that dissolves tension and brings clarity after confusion. So it helps you clean up messes gracefully. And it untangles misunderstanding, resolves conflict, and offers calm solution where chaos once lived. And if you have been experiencing some challenges from the year before or in your past or in your workplace, this is the year that helps you untangle those misunderstandings. When problems arise, don't react, respond. This year, peace is your sharpest weapon. And next, we have the 3 stages. The 3 stages star is like a step-by-step podium. It's kind of like a success star. Normally, with its appearance, it represents structured progress or steady advancement. So we actually like this star, especially for those who are working for other people. I mean, if you're working for yourself, how much more can you rise in terms of rank, right? You can't be promoting yourself, you're already the boss. But if you're working for other people, then the opportunities are there. This star rewards patience and persistence. Progress this year isn't explosive, but it's cumulative. So, if you've been doing your job in the year before, you can claim your rewards this year. Every small win compounds, every consistent effort builds momentum. By year's end, you look back and realize that, wow, slow was smooth, and smooth became fast. Now, I like this particular one. This is called the Elegant Seal. The Elegant Seal is the star of artistry, solitude, a bit of eccentric, but definitely intellectual refinement. Elegant Seal star gives you creative depth and spiritual sensitivity, especially when combined together with Earth Relief. Now, you crave the quiet reflection, perhaps time away from noise, to refine your ideas, to get inspiration. So make sure you travel to places where you can inspire more ideas and creativity. Create something meaningful this year. Solitude isn't isolation, it's incubation. Protect your peace. Inspiration needs space to breathe. And I like this one guy here called the Fortune Noble. The Fortune Nobleman is a star of divine assistance and helpful allies. So this is your think of it like in the Western version, it's called the Guardian Angel. It sends people who appear at the right time with the right wisdom as and when you need it. So this is a star that basically assists you if you have noble cause, you want to excel in your career, you want to be pursuing a worthwhile goal, a worthy goal. This particular star is extremely helpful. And you have this star called the Tai Chi Nobleman. This is the star of intellectual, spiritual, higher wisdom, and it sharpens intuition. So if you ever wanted to pursue metaphysics or you want to learn mystical arts, this is the year for it. You just know when something is right, or you're able to basically decipher complex information and simplify to those most important parts. This is the one year your inner compass becomes your quiet authority. So you want to trust it more than your so-called external validation and pursue further studies in spiritual arts and metaphysics. Now, just like every other animal science, the dog also has its fair share of, negative stars. Right? Even peace has its price. All right? These negative stars are there to remind you where mindfulness should replace impulse. Okay? They don't bring bad things to you. They're kind of like a reminder, right? That, some things you need to be cautious of. So the first one is this 5 ghosts, okay? Now, 5 ghosts is basically a star of suspicion, restless energy, mental clutter, all right? So it steers what? Anxiety, overthinking, energetic disturbance. Now, sometimes people do ask me, hey, but you say I've got this good star, but now you got this bad star, so is it good or bad? It's both. Because the stars themselves present possible energies. But if you're someone who is not, positively inclined, or someone that generally has a lot of negative thinking, then this star will enhance more of the negative side. So it is up to you to decide, are you going to do positive things or allow reaction to happen to you? You see, life doesn't happen to you, it happens for you, okay? So it is important to decide which lens you are taking or using when you're pursuing life. So the 5 ghosts, steers anxiety and overthinking. So you need to ground yourself daily. Well, some people will like meditation, some people like nature walk. Now, even silence, that can help you neutralize this noise, all right? So you want to keep your space, your inner mind, your inner space uncluttered and clear. That will calm the spirit. Now, there is a star called Officer Charm. Officer Charm is not an extremely negative star. It's just a star that brings about bureaucracy. It represents lots of unnecessary paperwork and red tape. So if you are applying for your permits and license or whatever, right, it brings a lot of official tension, right? Contracts, administrative hiccups, right? Or legal paperwork. So you got to handle your documents early, read the fine print, and keep diplomacy handy. The year charm and flying charm, these 2 combinations generally bring about a shifting in systems and regulations. So if you expect the old rules to apply, then you might be surprised, okay? So you want to look at, whatever situation you're in, especially if you're in a highly regulated industry, you want to look at whether there are new rules, new policies that require some flexibility and adaptability on your side, okay? You don't want sudden shifts, right, in the environment or regulations set you back. So you want to pay attention to these things, okay? Especially in the year of the fire horse, right? Fire horse generally represents sudden shifts on its own. Now, what you need to pay attention to is the yellow flag star, okay? The yellow flag usually is a star that represents regret and emotional heaviness, all right? Now, of course, it brings about introspection and gentle melancholy. It's a reminder to rest and release, that's all, right? It doesn't make you feel regretful and remorseful, no. So don't overanalyze the past. Gratitude will leave you faster than guilt. Always remember that, okay? So while you have a couple of negative stars, but these are not detrimental to your overall performance. Overall, those born under the sign of the dog, because of the 3 stages and elegant seal and fortune nobleman, if you are proactive, 2026 will be one of those years where you could excel, renew yourself, and finally achieve your goals. Okay? But if you're one of those that are reactive and complain a lot and cynical, the worst is cynical, then the negative stars will amplify itself. Because you do have one star called Peeling Head, the star of reset and renewal. Okay? You know peel head? It's like you don't really peel the head, because you shave your head bald. That means you start all over. 從頭嚟過, okay? So this energy wipes the slate clean. The old patterns break and routines reset. So in a good way, it removes all the past trauma and drama. In a bad way, right, you keep having to reset and starting over, right? So that depends on how you see this star responds to you. So are you reactive, or are you someone that responds to situations? Sometimes a reboot is good, sometimes a reboot is a waste of time, okay? Now, so from the spiritual perspective, you have this star called the banker and the healer. Wow, what does that mean, right? These are spiritual elements, and it serves to sharpen your higher purpose in some ways. The healer star helps with restoration, compassion, and energy healing. So from the spiritual perspective, it teaches you that healing starts from within. You can't rescue everyone, but you can lead by example. Calm is contagious, okay? So this star asks you to do what? Treat kindness as a medicine and service as strength. And the other star he called the banker, it's your spiritual wealth. Spiritual wealth and moral prosperity. It's kind of like your banker of good karma. It reminds you that wealth without peace is poverty in disguise. Integrity becomes your currency. And the more gratitude you practice, the richer your life becomes. That's the spiritual aspect for those born under the sign of the dog. Now, the dog can appear in your year of birth, month of birth, day of birth, or hour of birth. For those of you who are a little bit more well-versed with astrology, you know that it cannot be just one animal sign that represents a huge group of people. You have your full date of birth, year, month, day, hour. Now, to get your full chart, go ahead and see this code here, scan it, or there's a link at the comment section. You can click on it and will lead you to a page where you can just plot your chart and get more free resources. Okay, now, if you're born in the year of the dog, now the year column, that means the dog appears here on this side of your chart. It represents your public life. Your public image in 2026 stabilizes. People trust you, they look for you, they ask for you for help. It's a great year to connect and build your network. Now, if the dog animal sign is in the month of birth, meaning you're born somewhere between October 6th to November the 5th, around this time, that means you're born on the month of the dog. So the month chart, everyone's month represents their career, their business, their work. So with the dog in this column represents movement. 3 stages represents a rise in ranks, rise in reputation and respect. So as long as you're staying disciplined, you document your wins and keep progress visible, 2026 will be a fantastic year in terms of your career. Now, if the dog is in the day column, what does that mean? The day represents your relationships. It also represents your better half, okay? So it can mean that your better half or your other half is rising in ranks, good for him or her, right? Or on your own personal perspective, because you have this star called the Earth Relief in Dog, remember that? So it represents emotional healing, deepens. For those of you who have dog on this section of your astrology chart, Earth Relief dissolves resentment. And Fortune Nobleman attracts kindness and understanding. So it's a year where you can rediscover partnership through calm rather than compromise. Now, finally, if you have the dog in the hour column, that means you're probably born between 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. at night, anywhere between this time, then this helps with investments, partnership, mentorship, and legacy-related projects. That means in 2026, there's an opportunity for you to guide other people to lift them up to the next level. And the more you help people, the more you are a mentor to others, the better your legacy would become. And it is perfect for hiring talents if you're running a business. Now, once again, if you'd like to see how the dog animal sign interacts with the other 11 signs in the year of the fire horse, go ahead and download the additional resources that you can see on this link right here. Or if you scan this code, it will lead you to that page. And remember, 2026 doesn't want you to run faster. It wants you to stand stronger. This is your year to rebuild peace, live with purpose, and measure wealth in wisdom. On behalf of Team Joey Yap and myself, stay grounded, stay grateful, and let calm be your new form of superpower. Here's wishing you a happy and prosperous Chinese New Year.